What's up? What's up? What's up? Turn off this music now. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. So, this is my third video in this 30 live streams that I'm doing to integrate this class I took with Tamara Barber. Bless up to you, big sis, technically speaking. And the whole intention is, I started to do readings and speeches, public speaking with the book last year, and I'm looking to continue to do that. And part of it is sharing stories. So for those of you that don't know, my name is Paul Newell, as you see there. And this video that I'm going to talk about, or this video that I'm doing right now, is for healing relationship wounds. So if you're someone that is just getting out of divorce or like just getting out of breakup, specifically men, this is for men, and women can most likely get gems and benefits from this information as well. So this is a topic that's tough, that can be tough for me to discuss because I refused to think that there was any issue that I had in relationships, like towards women or towards my mother or anything like that. And let me tell you, these experiences that I've been having recently have freaking flipped me upside down. Okay. So in this live stream, I'm going to be sharing these experiences that I had around healing relationship wounds and what I identified were the relationship wounds for me. Then I'm going to talk about this plant ceremony that I had to get an opportunity to heal these things once and for all. And I'm going to share the three sacred feminine, the divine feminine characteristics and traits that I got out of these experiences as a man that have helped me to connect more to my masculine energy. So listen, without any further ado, let's get started. So how this all started was, I remember I was in my past relationship and my former girlfriend said, "I don't think you like women." And she didn't mean this in a sexual way. She just thought that I had some things underneath the surface that were playing a role in what was happening in the relationships. And everyone talks about these attachment styles, like I'm avoidant, I'm anxious, I'm secure, all these things, like whatever that was. I just knew that there was, at the time, from her perception, there were some things that I was doing to pull away. And it took me a time to really recognize that. And the time it took was almost 8 months after we broke up. Every couple weeks, I have a conversation with this therapist. We network. Like, she refers me people, I refer her people, which is great for me helping men, because she really doesn't work with men. She works more with women. So she refers the men to me. We're having a conversation, and she's talking about her past relationships. I'm talking about mine, and she said, "Paul, I've been in relationship with men that didn't like women." And she was like, "I don't mean like as far as sexually or physically. They just had a disdain for women." So I said, "Holy shit, man, you know what? That's me." Like, and it wasn't necessarily that I didn't like them. I had a fear of women. And it's wild because I even, in the audiobook, I did an excerpt in a story about something called feminine fears, and really addressing the fact that, like, I have been in fear of women because of my experiences. Now, here's how this all went down. When we started talking about this, it put me in this space for a couple days afterwards where I started really looking at, well, wow, what is the scoop, or what is the situation with women that I really don't like? Now, here's how things can work. Once, for me anyway, and it may work for you as well. Once I start looking or seeking something, that thing that I'm seeking comes forward. So the thing that I was seeking was a deeper explanation as to why I may not like women. And there was the part that I think I've shared this about, like, the disconnection that I had from my mom when I was first born. But there was also, when I got to really dig deeper into it, there was also this that I just hated, or I was in hate. I guess I hated women because of what I was experiencing with the mothers of my children and being alienated and like playing this victim card and role. So as I started diving deep into this video came up. I like to listen to these videos on YouTube in the morning. This guy, Jesse Lee Patterson, came up, and he talked about, for men to connect with your divine father, you got to forgive your mother. Now, I took offense to this at first because I was like, don't you tell me to forgive my mom. My mom was the best. She took care of us when I got divorced from dad and blah, blah, blah. It was all in the story, right? And I've learned from my own personal work and working, doing work with men and for men, I've recognized that, man, you know what? If something really agitates me and I have a lot of resistance, it's 9 times out of 10 is something for me to investigate and see what the heck is going on. So I started to investigate this, and I did these suggestions that he had, and I forgave my mother for keeping me away from my father. I forgave her for all these things. And I noticed I started to feel lighter. Now I also noticed in this that there was a common thread in what I remember hearing my moms tell me, and also the things that I heard from my children or from the mothers of my children. Specifically speaking, like, I don't want to keep you away from your father, so go see your father. So she would push it on me, although the actions that she had at the time, now looking back on it, she was really taking me away from my father. And I think it's the same thing for the mothers of my kids. Now, I just want to put a disclaimer out here. This video isn't about bashing women, or it's not about bashing my mothers of my children or former girlfriends. It's nothing about that. It's about a healing journey of a man that has had relationship issues and fear of women because of experiences that's looking to heal or that has healed. So keep going on after this, Jesse Lee Patterson. I get this. I'm getting this. The thread of being able to forgive my mother. Right now, I'm still having these things, and a lot of things are starting to come up. A lot of memories are coming up in my meditations and things like this. Now, here's the kicker. Here's where this trajectory of this story kind of takes a big leap. I get invited to do a plant medicine ceremony. Okay. And this plant medicine that I did, I was told before I did it that it's a very intelligent medicine, so it's going to take me where it needs to go. Another thing with this medicine is that it's said to put your ego to sleep. And bless up. Welcome to the people that are watching. Welcome to the people on the replay. If you're watching this on replay, type in #replay. If you're here and you have questions, type it into the comments, and I'm going to get back to them after I finish this story. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. So I go on this plant medicine journey, and I inhale, and then all of a sudden, I'm out. And I recognize in this moment, I was so resistant to let go. Even though my eyes were closed, I could feel the left side of my body tense up. And the left side of the body is said to be the feminine side of the body, ruled by the more intuitive, creative right side of the brain. So I'm tensing up. I'm no, getting up, taking off my sweatshirt, God, no, don't leave me. And I noticed in this journey, I was don't leave me, right? So this ego part, one of the main things with women is, for me, my story is that if I'm myself, that women are gonna leave me, right? Well, no woman is ever gonna love me if they really knew everything about who I am, how I'm quirky, how sometimes I like to be by myself, how I like to talk to my hand, or how I just like to walk around in circles. All this stuff, I'm thinking women are never gonna accept, right? Because that core wound that I got in my spirit, in one of my bodies, was that women are going to leave me. My mother left me. Now, as I'm in this plant medicine experience, I noticed that it's not just me. It's my dad. It's my mom. It's all these ancestors that had this figure, this mother figure that left them in the physical form. Now, I'm in pain here. And then the facilitators, I can hear them saying, surrender. So I'm I can't let go. I can't let go of this. And then finally I let go of it. Okay. And from what I can remember, it's those mothers that I was reaching for held me. They took me in. They were we never left you. We didn't want to leave you in that physical form, but this is what it is. This is part of the all. They're giving me all these gems. And for those that have seen the movie Black Panther, where T'Challa goes to the ancestral tree, I'm telling you right now, that tree is real, because the divine mother, the sacred mother, which is also represented in a lot of the things like Kundalini and all these things, the sacred mother, the divine mother, held me up, and everyone in my line that had been abandoned by the mother, right? That figure. And it was so beautiful because she just loved me up. She just let me know we're all here with you. We're all here. We all love you. We've always loved you. That was just a physical thing. That means nothing. Like, you can set that free. You can let that go and start to create new experiences. So I was like, holy cow. And I remember coming out of this plant medicine experience, and this older woman was holding my hand. She looked like the elder, the gray hair, the wrinkled skin, crystal blue eyes. And I'm looking at her, I'm bawling my eyes out. And I'm like, I get it now. I get it now. Now, here's the thing. What is it that I get? So that whole experience really blew me away because it got me to recognize that my relationship wound and really giving myself over to women was really curtailed because there was this deep seated fear that they are eventually going to leave me. So I never gave everything that I am to a woman in a relationship because of this, right? I'm just accepting and acknowledging my behaviors in those relationships from past relationships. I apologize. Hey, I get it now. All right. So one of the key things is, as I got out of this and over the next several days, this divine mother energy, like, when I would be in, when I would come out of out of sleep and I go into meditation, a lot of these messages have kept coming back to me, even messages that I can take about the situation with the mothers of my children and my relationship, and how my relationship with them played into their divine father. um yeah, Danielle, journal experience sometimes. Yeah, it's so crazy. It really does, Danielle. It changed over time, and it continues to change. This plant medicine experience was almost 2 weeks ago, and I'm still gaining more data and getting more aha moments. So, as I came, and thank you for that comment, as I came out of this experience, I recognized, I was like, oh, junk. Wow, there were lessons, there were threads that they gave me to acknowledge, like, hey, listen, these are things that you get to instill and really like work with to create something new, create new experiences. And I'm going to give those things to you right now, and then we're going to wrap up. The first lesson in all this is renewal and rebirth. Okay, renewal and rebirth. That's a sacred feminine and energy that the divine mother was recognizing, or activating in me to help me heal. And the whole thing with the renewal and rebirth, especially for men that are going through relationship or going through these different relationship changes, transitions in life, because life is really like a feminine energy. It can be chaotic, it can be creative, it can be challenging, and at the same time it's helping you grow. So this renewal and rebirth was the divine mother was sharing with me that it's time for me to create new experiences in relationships, and far from romantic relationships, or like life partner relationships. It was also like relationships in business. It was relationships with work. There was a part of me that was really holding back in all these different things, and this divine mother energy was sharing that it's time for me to step into unlimited possibilities, really live in possibility, rather than being in a situation and thinking like, oh shoot, you know what? This is going to happen. Okay. And it's far from that. So I'm telling you guys, like guys that are going through these different breakups and things that you're free of telling anybody what's going on. I encourage you to be able to step into a possibility, rebirth your perceptions of relationships, and see what happens for you in that space. The second one that they advised, or they shared and activated within me, is contemplation. And this is very similar to unlimited possibilities. It's letting go to mysteries of the unknown. A lot of things, when I was reading that and I wrote that after my meditation, I recognized that a lot of my life I've done my best to try to control, for fear that like I would be unable to handle the mysteries of the unknown. And really, that is like a control. That's like a toxic, masculine type of thing. Rather than holding a container, I'm trying to control it, and that's control situations. I noticed that helped me heal relationships, because in relationships, there's a part of me that wants to control, because I want to be free of having that feeling that like they're going to leave me. So that would result in like, hey, if I heard like, I'm not happy, oh my God, what do I got to do to make you happy? Or what's like, what do I got to do to be the person that you're going to stay with? Because I was coming from a place of low value and also from scarcity and fear. So this component of contemplation was really a way for them to share with me, like, hey, look, Paul, or like really they were like son, like yeah, they were calling me, oh man, it was beautiful. But they were letting me know like you get to sit in contemplation. So your meditation practice, being able to be still, being an observer of your thoughts rather than being impulsive, is going to help you see a bigger field. Now, the last portion, the last thing that they gave me was something called transcendent flow, and this is looking at unformed movement towards desire. This was really fascinating for me, and I had to really sit and process and really run with this and see what this was really about. Because what I noticed is that a lot of times, as I mentioned before, I want to control and I want to have like, okay, this is supposed to look like this. Like I was supposed to be in a relationship that looked like this. And I was, instead of going based on what I desired, I was going based on my thought process of what it's supposed to look like, rather than allowing myself to go with the flow, allowing desire, passion, purpose to drive an engagement with a woman, and also with the feminine energy and being able to dance with the feminine and masculine energies. So this was a very important thing. And again, I had to really think with this and allow myself to start to be in flow, which to me is like allow myself to have more fun. I tend to take myself very seriously. Like I like to joke around in public settings because to me, that's my way of helping to ease any kind of tensions or to help people feel welcome. But for me in my own personal life, a lot of times I could tend to take things very seriously. So I'm working on having more fun and being in that transcendent flow. All right. So listen, as a wrap up here, thank you for listening. If you're watching the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Share your comments, share your stories, share what resonated with you. Again, I'm speaking about this experience from a man, and in what we're doing with Step Into the Arena. Like I created this for men going through transition in life. A lot of times men will go through things and they'll fail to acknowledge what's happening for them. And I think that's happening a lot in culture in general. People are going through things and hiding what's really happening. And then all of a sudden they end up being broken when their situation that they think they want leaves them. So this is all about really turning pain into peace, because realistically, me failing to give all of myself in relationship is painful, because I'm refusing to let myself fall in a relationship. I'm doing my best to control things, and it's far from helping me out. So this was really a process, and I'm blessed up to the Divine Mother energy for being able to love me and show me what's real, show me and help me get it, that this ego and this physical portion is a part of things and it's not all things. So listen, take what you like out of this. It's all good. I appreciate you for sitting in here with me for 20 minutes. If you're being here for 20 minutes, if you're watching the replay, you've been here for 20 minutes. Blessed up to you. Thank you very much. And listen, the next time I'm thinking, what's the next topic that I'm going to be going over? Because you see, I got a list of this, man. I got to plan this out. See, that's my controlling ass. See, I got a list right here. The next one that we're going to be talking about is the value of a hug. Oh, and you know what I recognize? I didn't change the banners on here. So we had renewal and rebirth, contemplation, transcendent flow. Bless up to you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of this. And thank you can leave your questions or comments. I'll come back and I'll respond to them. Blessings to you. Have a great night of self. Yo, oh, my guy Michael is in here too. Blessings, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in. I'm trying to think of, oh yeah, the value of self. Yeah, man. Listen, one quick comment on that. But let me tell you, that's another thing that came up in this journey of like healing those feminine wounds and the relationship wounds, is really having value for myself. I think for men, I'm gonna speak for myself. I've had this kind of thread or theme, like, yo, man, I gotta make sure the woman's good. I gotta take care of the woman. Like that's my job as a man. And I never really got notice on what it means to take care of myself, which Allah in turn turned to like, I don't give a shit about myself. I fail to value myself. And when I get into a relationship, like, I'm going to value myself so I can teach someone how to value me. And I can, guess what? I can get to value that person too, man. I can get to value my girl, man. Be like, yo, come on up here, let me love you up. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You know what I'm saying? So listen, that value yourself, brother Michael. Thank you for that, man. That's a very important thing for anyone healing from any type of transition or relationship transition or relationship ending. It's very important to value yourself. So again, renewal and rebirth, transcendent flow, and then contemplation. Bless up. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, again, the next topic is the value of a hug. Peace out, everybody. If you like this, share this with your friends or share this with someone that you know just got out of a relationship, because this live stream may just really save their life for real. All right. Peace, everybody. See you next time.